Hi everyone, it's Leanna with Soul Renewal, and I'm back to give you a tip for the day on protein. But before we talk about protein, I want to invite you to my event on Saturday. It's called Embracing Health, and it's just really cool. I have some awesome presenters. I've got Jared Goff, I've got Steve Butter, and I've got Julie Brown. And we're just gonna knock it out there and teach people about health and healing and how your body works. So please come. I'd love it. So this tip today is a little taste of what I'm gonna give you in my event. It's about body awareness, and I'm going to give you a little bit of the foods that I get my protein from. So first of all, my body awareness tips on protein are, did you know that there is places on your face and on your feet and in your body that I can just look at you and I can tell if you're absorbing your protein or not just by looking at you? So the first tip is right around the nose, right here. That's the first area where you will be able to see if people are absorbing their protein. Right on the nose. And if you can look closely to my nose, you'll see two little bubbly areas right here and right here on each side of the nose. Now this is an indication, this bubbly stuff right there is an indication that I have not totally absorbed my protein. And this area is directly correlated with the heart. So, and if it's red, you can actually tell if a person is having heart problems. It's just an indication. It's not a diagnosis, just an indication of a problem area right here. If it's bright red and if it's big and bubbly. The big and bubbly is an indicator that they have extra protein that has not been absorbed in the blood vessels in the heart. So right here. And you can almost see on my nose a line that goes over this way and then over here. And it's a little bit more bubbly on that side. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, everybody's nose is different. And my nose is bigger than your nose, Leanna. My nose is more bubbly because it's just bigger. That's how it is. Well, guess what? Nuh-uh. A person that has no, that doesn't have any fat run around in their bloodstream around their heart will have a perfect line down here, and it will come kind of to a point. So if you have any of that bubbly stuff like me, then you need to be able to watch how much protein you're taking. The other area is your lip. So your lip is your intestine area. It's your colon. So your other line indication will be just below the lip here. There will be a little bit of swelling, a little bubbly here. Oops, getting seeds in my lip. So if you can look at a person or look at yourself in the mirror and see if you just have a little bit of swelling. Now I have a tiny bit, if you can see, just on the lip right there, and if it's really bad, it will almost look like your lip is swollen or it protrudes out a little bit. Now this is an indication of you going out to dinner maybe and going to that steakhouse and eating that steak and it just not totally getting digested, not broken down, and there is something left in your colon and it is causing problems. So your protein's not being absorbed, it's not breaking down, and it's showing in your face right here on your lip. So that's an indication that maybe you ought to cut back on your protein or eat protein that's lighter for your belly, for your body. Okay, the third indication is on the foot. Now this is the place where I find it the most on people because I work with the feet, but you can see it's the most obvious place. And I'll show you on my foot here. Okay, so if you can see my foot, you will find the protein pocket right here. It'll look like a triangle, and if I flex my foot, you can kind of see how it bubbles up right there. That area is the protein pocket on the foot. Now that that area on the foot is the protein pocket on the foot, and that is where you will find the extra protein floating around in the bloodstream to your legs. Now, this is a really common thing to see on everybody because it's so obvious. So some people it'll be really big, some people it'll be really small, some people it'll even be blue. Is yours blue? If it's blue, then that means that you have eaten too much protein and you need to cut way back. You've eaten so much and it's not being absorbed and it's floating around and it's actually cutting the circulation off to your knee, and it will eventually cause you knee problems. So you need to be really careful to cut back that protein if it is blue and big in that protein pocket on the foot. So those are the indicators. Now you can go home and you can look in the mirror and you can analyze your own body to see how you are absorbing the protein in your own body. Now if you're not absorbing it, then I'll give you a solution. And this is what I do because I don't absorb protein very easily. So tip number 1 is you can eat gluten-free grains. You can get excellent protein in your gluten-free grains. Now your gluten-free grains are here. You've got your buckwheat, which I don't know if you can see that. If you can see your buckwheat. This is buckwheat, and you get about 4 grams of protein in 1/4 of a cup, and it's super yummy for breakfast. My kids love it. We eat blueberries with it. We just cook it like oatmeal, and it's delicious. You've got your quinoa, which this is the most familiar. We kind of use this like instead of rice. And there's different kinds of quinoa. They're great. Good protein, good source of protein. The next one is millet. Now this one is not my favorite. I actually do not like this one very much, but it is a great source of protein, and it is also gluten-free, so anybody allergic to gluten can actually eat all of these grains that I'm showing you. So here's the millet. It looks like little round pebbles or balls, and it gives you about 3 grams of protein per 1/4 of a cup. Okay, I saved the last for the best. This next one is amaranth. Now amaranth is awesome, and it's so tiny you can put it in pretty much anything. You can put it in your cereal, you can put it in your soups. That's my favorite, to put it in the soup. You could put it in your granola bars, you could put it on your bread, and your bread is tiny. You do want to cook it, but this is what it looks like. It kind of looks like little balls like the millet, but it's super tiny. Super tiny. And just excellent. You get 7 grams of protein in 1/4 of a cup of amaranth. So excellent. Also, your whole foods, every whole food has everything that it needs for your body to absorb it. It has everything for your body to absorb the nutrients. And every whole food has a little bit of protein. So you can get your protein from your apples. You can get it from your beets, from your dark leafy greens, any kind of whole food. So these are your tips for today. And I want to just help you be healthy. And I'm so excited for you to go home and look in the mirror and see, analyze your face and see what your body is doing with protein. Thanks, and I love you, and have a good day. And please come to my event. It's going to be awesome. Bye. Love you. Mwah.